Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Monday afternoon. It is July 15th, and I have a growing concern that we are going to see violence between citizens over all this mess and beyond. I can't explain it, but I just have a real deep, a real strong sense of feeling that we're going to see it very, very soon. As we speak, the Republican National Convention is going on. Before I came on and started recording here, I saw where a big crowd is gathering outside of that big complex they're in, doing in where are they? Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and they said there's Antifa, there's other agitators out there. I don't know why they would allow them to get as close as they are, from what I could see, to the entrance of this place. One of many questions that I have, but I believe that the powers that be want this so bad. They want they want violence between the people, not between the people and the government or them, but amongst ourselves. I'll go a little bit more into that. I'll also have some breaking news I'm going to cover. Also have a very good passage that I'm going to share with you towards the end, so stay tuned for that. Normally, I do my afternoon during the week videos from the truck talks, but it's dang hot and it's just more comfortable. I decided to do it more and here. This is more comfortable at home here. It just is. I'll probably go back to the truck tomorrow. You know. Anyway, like I said, Republican National Convention is going on in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It looks, from the little video that I saw a while ago here, it looks a little chaotic outside that convention center, y'all. Whew. So, which leads me into thinking, after what we've seen this weekend, anything can happen. I was telling Mrs. Dawg last night, I just have a growing concern about violence. I really do. After what we've seen, after what we hear, this assassination attempt, there is no way the 20-year-old kid did all this on his own. He had to have help. This had to be a setup of some type. We don't know details, but I don't believe the 20-year-old kid did all this, got a ladder, climbed with a rifle, did all this on his own and pulled this off, just about pulled off the assassination. Divine intervention is the only thing I can figure that caused Trump to turn the last second or half second, whatever, and that bullet grazed his ear instead of going through his head. I posed a question in my last video, I believe it was my last or videos ago. If it had been a successful hit, if it had hit his head, if it had knocked him out and killed Trump, I don't know what I'd be talking today. I have a feeling I would be talking about something even more serious about what's been going on the last couple of days. And it may happen anyway, because like I said, they want it so bad. We are a powder keg. I was chatting or texting with an old friend earlier, and he said this. He said the same thing. He's like, we are a powder keg. This country is a powder keg just waiting to be lit. Maybe it has been lit and the fuse is burning. That's what I'm starting to think. And my concern is, Miss Dawg was like, well, "What do you think? What are you thinking?" I was talking about it last night. I mean, it could just start off something like something like outside of a convention center, for instance, just hypothetical, and just start between two groups of people or a small group. And you know how these days, social media, people with cameras and phones or whatever, get on top of this, and it can get out of control quickly, widespread. That's my concern. Don't feed into this. It's the biggest tactic, it's the oldest tactic in the world, and it works. The powers that shouldn't be, the evil forces of this world, this country, want you to be They want us to be at each other's throats, literally. Divide and conquer. It's an old thing. It works. Don't feed into it. We need to keep our composure. Let's stay calm, take a chill pill, observe, be watchful, and really, really keep our situational awareness way, way up there. Uh, it's funny. I think Pinball mentioned it this morning. I believe it was this morning. We didn't, if you notice, there's no cities burning after Saturday. We didn't burn down cities. We didn't burn down a Wendy's restaurant. We're not looting with impunity. We're not attacking cops. We're not calling for defunding of law enforcement. Stupid crap. So we are not like that. We are not like that. We have composure. We're most of us are working. We don't have time to do that foolishness anyway, even if we wanted to. Now, like I said, if Saturday had gone a little differently, we might be having a little different conversation. I know we'd be having a different conversation. And we might be anyway. I think it might be just a matter of time, of moments. They need to be careful what they wish for. Speaking of the ones who want violence, it wouldn't take much, y'all. It wouldn't take much to light the fuse. Things would get ugly quickly. Very, very quickly. Situational awareness. And if we end up having an election, Trump is way out there, way ahead. This really puts him up there. Can you even imagine the ape squeeze that would go on between the election and inauguration day and after? I can't even imagine, y'all. I really can't. But my like I said, my concern, I have a growing concern of just some random violence just starting, and then it really becomes a spiraling, a type of thing, and it could spread. It could spread so quickly, so it could just spiral out of control. People jump in here and there, and before you know it, you've got a serious, serious situation. That is my concern. That might be an irrational fear, concern, whatever you thought. It might be. I hope it is. I hope it is. I really don't want that. But I think we're so close to it. I think we're within a hair of it. I think we're closer than half an inch of it. Um, Quickly, before I forget, I meant to mention this from the outset too. A breaking event is happening right now in our country that is just totally being overshadowed by all the stuff that happened Saturday. And I kind of get it, but Houston, I got an email from somebody in Houston, Texas, and they've been out without power for a long time. Now, they emailed me today and said that their power is back on after about 4 days. Some people have gone on or more than 8 days without power. And even with that, they said power may not be restored at least this coming Friday. A very good reminder to prep. That this person that emailed me said they've been prepped and didn't have a problem. There's plenty of food and water. They didn't have to get out in the melee. They didn't have to get out to the stores, which I'm sure were wiped out. This is why we prepare. Two reasons. This is why we prepare for things like this, for a weather event like we've seen in Houston. They said a lot of people are hurting. I'm sure they are. We keep them in prayer. A lot of people are impacted by this. But for things like this, so you don't have to get out in the mess. And for what we're kind of waiting for, the fuse is lit. The fuse got lit Saturday. And we're in it. We're in the mud and muck right now, y'all. I don't know. I don't see it clearing for a while. I really don't. It's a powder keg for sure. Also saw where a judge dismissed the Trump classified document case. Said that prosecutor Jack Smith was unconstitutionally appointed. So it's been a bad little string for the left, and they're highly pissed. The right's highly pissed because it's Saturday. So you have two opposing forces that are just lit up, y'all. We're lit. So let's be super careful out there. I don't know. I just have a bad, bad feeling. I really do. You know, I have to believe how, the assassination attempt. I got to go back to that. And we don't know details. It may come out. This kid had to have help. I've watched videos from snipers, military, retired snipers that know the business, know what's going on. They said there's no way this kid could have done this all on his own. He had to have been, it had to have been allowed. It had to be set up somehow. Uh, so I tend to believe that these guys are the real deal. Uh, they're experts in this. You know, uh, so I'm not. So I have to believe that. Who's behind it? We have some ideas. I think we know. Which brings me to this point is that why are they just going to stop now? Are they just going to say, "Oh well, we missed"? Uh, it makes me just assume there's going to be more attempts because if this was inside somehow, if this was an allowed event or an inside type of a job, uh, then the pieces that are in place, maybe on the inside, are still around. If you know what I mean, they're still in play. I'm sure they have a plan B and a plan C and maybe a D. So that's my concern is we're at such a point where the powder keg is so primed and the fuse is ready and even lit that the next attempt, heaven forbid, but the next attempt be way different. And we're talking about a different world right now, right? I mean, we're already are. And these people who are saying that these these people are coming out and saying that this was staged and it's all Trump's fault, blame the victim, and that oh darn they missed, On you go take to social media and say that. What kind of evil demon is that? That's an evil demon from hell. That's all I can figure. That's all I can explain. Demonically possessed, satanic deception at best. I saw where it was a Democratic mayor, I forget what city it was, said he thinks that Trump staged all of it and cut his own ear or some stupid stuff like that. I mean, how in the world? And you say that publicly. One thing to think of privately, when you come out in public and say that, people lost their minds. They've lost their minds. They're gone. They're gone. Let's not join them. Run from them. Have nothing to do with these people. All right, as it is written, I'm going to go to a passage because I think we need it. If you missed it, I put a little short video out there this morning of Ella in the garden, and we need whatever break we can get, layer in. I know somebody in the comments said in my last video that they've been losing sleep and all, and I get it. I don't let it get to you that way. I can understand, and it's been on my mind heavily. Yeah, we witnessed something crazy Saturday. And even though we've kind of expected it, sadly, to see it happen is another thing. So I get it. I understand. Let's work in some real life. Let's work in something into our lives, our daily life, something every day to take our minds off this stuff, at least temporarily, if nothing else. Music, get out in the yard. If you have a pet, take them on a walk, get them out in the yard. Video them if you have to, just to laugh at them. I mean, laugh with them. We need it, and pray and get in the Word, stay in the Word. The verse, I believe it was the Bible. I believe it was the Bible app verse of the day, actually, from Psalm chapter 40, which is an awesome chapter. Psalm 40, verse 1 and 2, it says, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. We are in the mud and the mire, so we really are. And a lot of people are. A lot of people are hurting out there. A lot of people are afraid. A lot of anxiety. And he will hear your cry. That has not changed. That has not changed. Never will change. He will hear you. We just must be patient and turn to him and pray and then be patient and listen. That's my message. Hope that helps. Let's stay aware out there, you guys. We're in it. A spiritual battle like no other. All right. Share your thoughts. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you soon.